Everyone tells you BDS is expensive, but no one tells you exactly how much. I have completed 5 years at a private dental college and I have spent lakhs not just on fees but on instruments, snack breaks, travel, and regrets. So today I am breaking it down year by year, rupee by rupee, and by the end of this video, I will not only tell you exactly how much I spent but also answer the two most important questions that every future dentist has. Is BDS really worth the money? And if I could do it all over again, what would I do differently? This video will help future students, NEET aspirants, and even parents who want to know the real picture. So I did my BDS at Yashwantrao Chauhan Dental College, Ahilya Nagar. I got allotted in third cap round in 2019 and I officially completed the admission on 6th September 2019. On that day, I paid a small admission fees of rupees 800 and then there was the caution deposit of rupees 20,000 which is refundable. I got that money back after my 5 years ended. And on that day itself, I paid half the tuition fees and full hostel fees of rupees 20,000. At that time, the tuition fees were rupees 3,78,000 per year. And since I fall in EWS category, I got it reduced to 50% thanks to the Rajashri Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj Scholarship Scheme, which covers tuition fees for EWS category in Maharashtra CAP admissions. So that meant I paid rupees 1,89,000 per year every year from first year to final year. So here's the breakdown. First year admission day itself, I paid rupees 80,000, which is almost half the amount that I had to pay. In the next 2 months, I paid the remaining tuition fees of 1,09,000. Hostel fees from first year through final year were rupees 20,000 per year and a one-time deposit which is refundable of 20,000 rupees. Then for the university exam fees, it was rupees 3,470 from first year to third year and for final year they charged rupees 8,600. A quick note here, fees structure changes every year and hostel fees also vary. It depends on batches, administration or cap round versus management quota. By the way, now Maharashtra has made higher education free for girls from EWS, SCBC and OBC categories. I wish this had been in place during my UG days. From first year to final year, the hostel fees was rupees 20,000. But during my internship, my college decided that interns will not be allowed to stay in college hostel. So I had to shift in a hostel near the college, for which I paid rupees 1,800 per month. And because I had the standard 12 months compulsory rotatory internship plus 1 month of extensions, so that's a total of 13 months. So during my internship, I paid a total of rupees 23,400 rupees as my hostel fees. Now let's talk about the real fuel that kept us going in the dental college. Food. In my first year, we were only allowed to have food in college mess. No options, no arguments. The fees were rupees 1,800 per month and it covered only lunch and dinner. From second year onwards, the freedom tasted a little better. Literally, we were allowed to join canteens outside the college, and honestly, the food quality was way better. So I shifted. In second year, my mess fees went up to rupees around 2,000 per month. In third year, it was increased to rupees 2,300 per month. And in final year, it again increased to rupees 2,500 per month. And it stayed the same during the internship. So, just the mess fees alone of 5 years comes to a total of rupees 1,32,000. And that's only lunch and dinner. We are not even counting breakfast, snacks, midnight cravings. And we are already hitting rupees 10 lakh 4,270. But wait, that's just the beginning. Dental college taught me one thing early. Prevention cost much less than cure, and that's why now I use the Smart Water Flosser by Aura. It has 3 flossing modes and 8 adjustable water pressure settings: normal, custom, pearls. So whether your gums are sensitive or you just want a deeper clean, you can choose how strong the spray is. The ultra fine 0.6 mm water jet reaches food stuck between teeth much easier than string floss. Great for braces or post scaling care. Let me show you how I use it after meals or before bed. Before you start, place the tip in your mouth. You do not want the water to poke your eye or hurt you. Keep lips partially closed to avoid a mess. And let's start with a low pressure setting, and we can increase it according to our preference. Don't look up in the mirror. Water flossing is all depending on what it feels like, not what you see in the mirror. And honestly, even if you don't have braces or crown and bridge or implants, this is perfect if you are someone who really cares about their oral health. It helps control plaque, keeps your breath fresh, and gives that deep cleaning feel after meals. Something even string floss doesn't always manage. Once you get used to it, it's hard to go back. It's travel friendly, lightweight. The OC 150 model runs 10 to 15 days per charge, so you don't have to worry constantly about charging. And bonus, it also comes with a tongue cleaner. It's made in India, comes with a replaceable nozzle and long lasting battery. If you want oral care that's quick, hygienic, and low maintenance during long clinical days, this is gold. Now, let's talk about the real dental college expenses. The ones that do not show up in the prospectus but somehow ends up emptying your wallet anyway. In my first year, our batch bought instruments in bulk because that's what our seniors told us to do. And my share came to a whopping rupees 21,420 rupees. And after that, I didn't really need a lot of stuff except a few extra instruments during my internship that costed me around rupees 4,000. Now, in third year, I also bought a hand scaling kit, but I sold it during my internship in the same exact price I bought it for, so that cancel out itself. And then there are books. Oh my god, the books. All my physical textbooks from first year through final year costed me rupees 30,000, and almost all of them were first hand. Then during my internship I decided to go digital for my studies. So I bought an iPad with an Apple Pencil for rupees 65,000, and after that I sold my physical textbooks for rupees 17,000. Also, during my final year, I bought Dental Pearls 15th edition for rupees 4,000 from Amazon, and during my internship, I bought a coaching institute subscription for rupees 27,000. And of course, how can we forget the fashion of dentistry, white coats and scrubs? Mine added up to around rupees 2,500. Now let's talk about the money I spent that has nothing to do with dentistry but has everything to do with surviving 5 years of hostel life. I'm not counting my mess fees here because that's already added up in another section earlier. But everything else like groceries, breakfast, snacks, travel to city, movies, shopping, birthdays, etc. All that adds up. I am being honest here, I didn't track every single purchase in those 5 years, but on an average, my monthly expense was around rupees 1400 for first year and slowly increased to around rupees 4,000 by my internship year. Basically, this covers my breakfast, cafe outings, and all the groceries I bought for myself. I am not into high tea or daily milk, coffee, tea, so thankfully that saved quite a bit. Shopping, well, except for one window shopping trip during my first year, I only shop when it's absolutely necessary, online or offline. So that reduced a lot of cost too. A quick tip from my side if you are going to live in a hostel. Initially, our breakfast was in a mess, but eventually, my roommate and I discovered something better, a pre mix upma. For 4 years straight, we only had upma for our breakfast, and let me give you 4 reasons why it's genius. You just add warm water, mix it, and it's done in 2 minutes. It only needs one container. We made it in the same bowl we ate from and washed it right after. No, what should we eat today? Dilemma every morning. And it became a routine. But the boredom of hostel mess food is real. So I ordered a lot of food from Zomato and Swiggy. Literally, ordering food became my guilty pleasure. I never had so much junk food my entire life that I had in those 5 years. In fact, those food delivery apps were pretty much the only paid subscriptions I had. No Netflix, no Amazon. YouTube is my happy place for entertainment. Laundry, I did it by myself every weekend, so zero expense there. But for college events, we often had student contributions, so a little money went there time to time. And of course, birthdays, outings, and trips with close friends add their share too. Honestly, I don't have a record of every expense, but one thing I can say for sure is they went up every year. Could you cut down on these costs? Absolutely. But would you want to? That's debatable. After all, these are the little things that makes hostel life fun and memorable. So roughly my personal expense in those 5 years comes to around rupees 1,55,000. So the total cost of my 5-year BDS journey was rupees 13 lakhs. If I could go back and do my BDS all over again, here is what I would do differently to save money without missing out on the fun. Jugaad instruments. Borrow it from your friends or seniors instead of buying everything new. Batch buy. Split cost with classmates for materials. Don't overbuy in first year. You won't use half of them. Avoid buying outfits for every fest. Just mix and match. Learn budgeting early. Track where your money goes. Cook something once a week in hostel kitchen. Feels like home and saves boredom. Don't use Swiggy and Zomato as your therapist. Your bank account will thank you. If you're about to start your journey, plan ahead. Spend where it matters and save where it doesn't. And don't forget to enjoy the ride. Now comes the question I get asked the most. Is BDS expensive? Let's be real. Rupees 13 lakhs is not a small amount. For some families, it's years of hard work, sacrifice, and postponed dreams. But the real question is not just is it expensive, it's is it worth it? And here's the thing, the answer is not a simple yes or no because the degree itself doesn't make you successful. It's what you do after those 5 years that decides the return on investment. If you walk out of your college thinking your BDS degree will automatically hand you patience and income, then yes, it will feel like an expensive piece of paper. But if you treat those 5 years as the foundation of your career, if you keep learning, get hands on experience, and grab every opportunity to grow, then those rupees 13 lakhs becomes the seed money for something much bigger. For me, this amount was not just paying for exams and lectures, it paid for every patient I touched for the first time with shaking hands, for every mentor who taught me beyond the syllabus, for every failure that made me better, and for every small win that reminded me why I chose this profession. So, yes, BDS is expensive, but if BDS is your passion and you are ready to put in the work, then it's not just worth it, it's priceless. If this video helped you, then please give it a like and subscribe my channel for more such videos. And please do share it with someone who is planning to do BDS. Comment below what you found the most surprising in this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Loads of love.